What is up, guys? This is my first game with the Nebula hero, so I thought who better to face than the Nebula villain. So we are going to be facing a Nebula here on expert mode. And then with the Marvel Champions rules, we are not allowed to play Nebula against Nebula because they both have the unique symbol, so there can't be two Nebulas in play. But I thought this would still be a fun matchup, and my headcanon here will be this would be the good Nebula, that's a Guardian, and this is the bad Nebula that's still working with Thanos. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the villain Nebula set up here. It says to put Nebula's ship environment in place, so we have that right here. The Milan support into play as well, so we have that right here, which the player can exhaust to generate a WoW resource. It says attach the power stone to the villain Nebula. So this has +1 scheme, +1 attack. If we can do 3 more damage to her, then we take the power stone, and then we have +1 thwart, +1 attack. And then it also says to discard the top 2 times player cards of the encounter deck and attach each technique attachment discard this way to the villain. So let's shuffle up the encounter deck here. And then we're going to discard the top 2 cards here and hopefully not get a technique attachment. So 1, 2. Okay, we did not get a technique attachment. So that is good. And then we don't have to do anything else with that. The main scheme is going to advance to 1B, starting off with 2 threat. And it says that X is equal to the number of evasion counters on Nebula's ship. So it's going to add X per turn. And then the ship starts off with 0. As a force interrupt when the villain phase begins, we have to place 1 evasion counter on here. I think that's it for Nebula setup. So let's go ahead and get Hero Nebula setup. So we're going to shuffle up our player deck. And then we're going to draw up to our hand size here of 6 in our alter ego. All right, let's see what we got. Well, we got a meditation and a mansion and a double here. And we want to get one of these. Or maybe, yeah, let's get, for sure we want this one, right? This is a technique upgrade, a special to do 4 damage to enemy. And these guys, we can look at the top 3 cards in the encounter deck, which I think will still be useful too. So let's keep a wide stance. We're going to mulligan 1 wide stance here and then draw 1 more card back up to our hand size here of 6. Okay, we got a double. We need more cards to play. So let's go ahead and exhaust the Milano here to generate a WoW resource. So we can play, let's play Weapons Master. So this is a 1-cost technique upgrade. It says WoW in hero form never against retaliate 1. The special is to deal 4 damage to enemy, but the special does not trigger until we have something that says the special to trigger the special. And then Nebula has an alter ego ability here called Cybernetic Upgrades. As a response, after you play a technique upgrade, draw 2 cards, limit once per round. So we just played a technique upgrade, so now we can draw 2 cards. And that'll be the first time that we're doing it this round. Okay. Let's see here. Do we want to... I mean, if we use this to play the mansion, we can get counterintelligence and arrows out. Yeah, let's do it. So we're going to play meditation here. As an alter ego action, exhaust your alter ego. Then play a card from your hand, reducing its cost by 3. So mansion just 1 cost here. This would be 1 resource, so we can play Avengers Mansion. And that will resolve the meditation. We can exhaust Avengers Mansion, so we can draw a card. We've gone to Gamora, who I actually really like here. She can help us do some damage. Let's see, do we go for Eros and Gamora or the counterintelligence? I'd rather have Eros out here. Okay, so let's flip over to hero form. We're going to use 3 resources here so we can play Gamora, our ally. Gamora has a response after you play her. Choose a technique upgrade you control, then resolve its special ability. So you're going to resolve the special here of Weapons Master, which is to deal 4 damage to enemy. We're going to hit the villain here with 4. That'll bring it from 17 down to 13. And then this right here does have the attack keyword, so it does count as an attack. So for the power stone here, after a hero or villain do 3 more damage to attach cards with a single attack, which the hero Nebula just did to villain Nebula, we can attach that power stone to that hero or villain. So we now have the power stone. And then this would be a double resource here, so we can play arrows. We're going to have arrows stored for 2 for the main scheme and clear that off. It will take a consequential damage. And a Gamora will swing for 2 at her sister Nebula. That'll bring her from 13 down to 11. Gamora takes a consequential damage. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. And then we're going to draw back up to our hand size here, 5. We got some confuses here. Okay, So it is Villain Nebula's turn. She's gonna add wait, there's a force interrupt here. So when a villain phase begins, place 1 evasion counter on here. Okay, and then it says add plus X per turn, X equal to the evasion counters on her ship. So she's gonna add 1 threat on here. Then Nebula's gonna attack us. Let's see. She has a force interrupt whenever she initiates an activation. Resolve special on each technical upgrade she has. She doesn't have anything right now. So this will be her boost card. We're gonna have arrows block this attack. The boost here is 2 plus 2 is 4 damage. Knocks out arrows. Then we go into the encounter phase. We get dealt a face down encounter card, and then we reveal it, which is, oh man, a technique attachment. So this one says attach Nebula. Nebula cannot take more than 5 damage from a single attack. The special is to place 1 threat on the main scheme. Then the villains also has a passive effect called or a constant effect, I mean. The first technique attachment, each player reviews each round gains Surge. So this card has Surge. So we got to do another encounter card here, which is Shadow the Past. Okay, that is not good. So the Gamora villain is going to come into play here with this right here, and we shuffle these 3 nemesis cards into the encounter deck. And then we're messing with a lot of unique rules here. Okay, let's just shuffle this up first. Okay, so self-preservation is a side scheme. It says Nebula gets -1 thwart, -1 attack, and -1 defense. Gamora gets +1 attack and her attacks at piercing, coming in with 2 threat. And then Gamora here says, force interrupt when this minion would enter play, discard the Gamora ally. So we lose our ally here. Then as a force response, after Gamora attacks and damages you, choose and discard upgrade you control. That will resolve the Shadow of the Past. And then I think that is the end of Nebula's turn here, right? Do we want to keep Gamora? Okay, so we're going to trigger. So when Nebula's turn's over, it's back to Hero's turn. We have combat protocols, which is a force response. So we must trigger it. After your turn begins, resolve special on each technique upgrade you control, then discard each technique upgrade resolved this way. So special here is to deal 4 damage to an enemy. We have to trigger it. So do we do it on this Nebula or on our Gamora to get rid of her? Or do we want it on the villain Nebula here? I kind of want to rush down the villain, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Let's see. I think we do it on Gamora. I think we got a control here. So we're going to do 4 damage on our nemesis minion here. Okay. And then it is, we can start our turn here. So let's exhaust Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. Got into Nebula's ship. Who I do want to play. Can we save Dazzler here? No, I gotta play Dazzler actually. So if we use this in Alter Ego, we can draw some cards. We can play Dazzler to take out the villain Gamora. And then we save these stuff in our hand, I guess. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna flip over here to Alter Ego. And then we're going to use a resource. Let's use this as a resource to play our Cutthroat Ambition, which is a technique upgrade. In hero form, we have Piercing and Overkill. The special is to remove 3 threat from a scheme. So now if we trigger Cybernetic Upgrade, since it's the first time that we're playing a technique upgrade this round, we can draw 2 cards. It's a new round. Oh, we got Nick Fury too. I think we definitely save Nick, right? If I get down the ship and get Dazzler in play, yeah. All right, let's use. Oh, wait a minute. We also have. If we get down the ship, we still have the Milano here ready for us. Because if I play the ship, we get Dazzler, we got extra resource. So I might as well just use the Milano and save Float Like a Butterfly, I think. All right, let's use the Milano to generate resource. Second resource here, so we can play Nebula's ship. This is a 2-cost support. We can exhaust the ship to generate a WoW resource. We're going to play Meditation, Alter Ego Action, exhaust your Alter Ego, then play a card from hand, reducing its cost by 3. So Dazzler here is only 1 cost. We can exhaust Nebula's ship to generate a resource to play Dazzler. Dazzler's effect is when she enters play, confuse the enemy. Let's confuse the villain Nebula here. All right. Then Dazzler is going to swing for 2 and take out the villain Gamora. Dazzler will take a consequential damage. And that's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. And then we're going to draw back up to our hand size of 6, keeping Nick Fury and Float Like a Butterfly here. 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay. All right. So it is the villain's turn. She adds an evasion counter when her turn begins. And she's going to add 2 right here because there's 2 evasion counters. So this goes up to 3. Then Nebula is going to scheme, but she is confused. So nothing happens. Since she didn't activate, none of this stuff will happen. And then we get a face line counter card, which is hopefully not a technique, but it is technique. So it's the exact same one, and it's going to surge, which is combat ready. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a technique attachment is discarded. Review that card and resolve special. So only the first technique attachment will surge, so this next one will not surge. So we're going to mill until we get a technique attachment. We got it right here. And we resolve the special on this one, which is to take 1 damage. So we draw from 9 down to 8, and that will resolve the combat ready here. All right. What are these? She cannot take more than 5 damage, and she has retaliate now as her constant effects. All right, it's back to the player phase here. Do we have the trigger or anything? I think we're good. Okay. All right. Do we have techniques? We do. Oh yeah, we don't trigger the special here now because we're not in hero form. That will only trigger if we're in hero form. Let's exhaust Avengers Mansion and draw a card here. Okay, we gotta get Nick Fury down. Choose either stun or confuse enemy. Oh wait, this could be really, really good. We gotta play technique attachment first so we can draw a card. So I think we get a confuse on the villain here. Let's exhaust Nebula ship to generate a resource. So we can play another technique attachment here. Evasive maneuvering. When in hero form, we ignore the guard, keyword, patrol, and crisis icon. And then we can either choose to stun or confuse enemy as a special. Since this is our first technique upgrade this round, we can draw 2 cards because it's a new round. Okay, we got Under Surveillance and Weapons Master. Okay, so next we gotta play Nick Fury here. I think we use this, and maybe the Under Surveillance. We can thwart this side scheme out. Dazzler does some more thwarting, and Nick can attack. And we gotta get rid of the counters here. Okay, let's use. Do I want to lose Under Surveillance here? I think it's okay. So 4 resources here. Actually, should we save our? That's fine. 4 resources here, so we can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one. We'll pick the one to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. We got another meditation, but I don't think we played here. So we need to save 2 things for the Milano here. And then I would like to get down our Float Like a Butterfly, but I don't think we can afford it here. Okay, wait. What if we just ignore the ship? Is that going to be a good play? Because if we... Oh man, okay, now I'm kind of thinking like, what if I just go for pure damage here? So if I get this Weapon Master down, I can Lethal Intent twice. We trigger the Weapons Master only. No, we need to trigger Crisis Maneuvering as well. Oh man, I wish I had the meditation for Nick, because now we're running low on resources here. The question is, do we push, or do we try to stall a little bit longer? Are gonna flip over to hero form here. There's nothing else we can pay for. I mean, okay, wait a minute. We could meditate into a Float Like a Butterfly. Then if we play Weapons Master, yeah, we still don't have enough resources here. This is complex because I want to save the Lethal Intents. So Lethal Intent will trigger our specials on our techniques. Unless, what if we stay in Ultra? Is there a way to... These are all hero actions to get the confuse off. Actually, I think I do stay in Ultra here. And we just keep her not confused. No, but then Nick can block for us, so we might as well flip over here. Yeah, let's flip over. We're gonna flip over here to hero form. And then I think I saved Weapon Master in my hand. And then we Lethal Intent. We don't need to remove that much thwart then. So we lethal intent for just one to get the confuse off. Then we Milano to trigger the ship. Yeah, okay, that will be the play here. Let's use this action here. Exhaust the Milano, spend 2 resources right here, and remove that equal amount of counters, evasion counters. So let's take 2 off of here. Okay, whoops. Okay, so we did that. And then we're going to have Dazzler Thor for 2 from the self-preservation to clear off this side scheme here. She'll take a consequential damage. So now we don't have the -1 Thor, -1 attack, and -1 defense. So we currently have 3 Thor again. Let's go ahead and Thor for 3 and clear off the main scheme here. And then we're going to use 1 resource here so we can play our lethal intent. So since we pay for it with 1, X here is now 1. Choose up to X technique upgrades, so that's going to be 1 technique upgrade, and resolve their special. So we're going to resolve the evasive maneuvering, which says choose either stun or confuse enemy. Let's confuse enemy and confuse Nebula here. Because Nick can block an attack for the stun. Nick Fury is going to swing for 2 at Nebula. That'll bring her from 11 down to 9. She's going to retaliate on him, and he'll take a consequential damage. Alright, that's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. And we're just banking on her not getting stalwart, because some of her techniques give her stalwart. We're going to draw back up to 5 here. Alright, so it is the villain's turn. We're adding an evasion counter. She adds a threat. She's going to attack. Nick blocks. Force inroad whenever she activates. We trigger all the specials here. So 2 of them says place 1 threat on the main scheme. So it goes up to 3 from 1. This one says take a damage, so we drop from 8 down to 7. Alright. So 2 plus a boost here of 2. So 4 damage, knocks out Nick Fury. And then, oh yeah, we can also discard 1 technique attachments. Let's discard the weapon's mastery here with the retaliate. Because we're not going to do more than 5 damage with a single attack anyways. And then she's going to get an encounter card, which is hopefully not a technique attachment this turn. It's another one. Okay. Attach to Nebula, reduce the amount of damage she takes from each attack by 1. Special discard 1 random card in your hand, and it's going to surge because of her thing. She got an assault here, so she's going to attack us. Do we need Dazzler here? She's going to attack us. I like the Power Stone, so we're going to have Dazzler block this attack. So when she's attacking, we have to trigger all these specials again. So 2 threat goes on a main scheme, goes up to 5. And then discard a random card from your hand. Oh, that's not good. So shuffle up here. I mean, her getting a technique attachment every single turn is really bad for us. We lose the endurance. This would be the boost card. Hopefully not a technique. Okay, just 0. So 2 damage will knock out Dazzler. Alright, and then it is back to our turn. We have to trigger this thing. So when your turn begins, resolve special on each technique upgrade you control, then discard each technique upgrade resolve this way. So special is either choose to stun or confuse enemy. Let's go ahead and stun the Nebula because she's already confused. And then she doesn't have star with any of these things. And then remove 3 threat from the scheme, 3 off of the main. Let's drop it down to 2. Alright, and then we discard them. Alright, back to our turn. Let's mansion and draw a card. Okay. This could be helpful. I think we play this, and then, oh man, I want a lethal intent here, but I want to flip down to alter to get our effects off. Does it mean we stay in hero form here with the lethal intent? Okay, Nebula has a alter ego card that can grab techniques from our discard pile and put it back in our deck. Our deck size here is 6. So we might be able to do that if we get this stuff discarded here. Let me see. What's our resource management looking like? We play this. We have the extra Milano here, which doesn't do anything for us, and we can't spend resources for that. I could just use the double here. I mean, we have her confused. Is a thing. I think I want a lethal intent here. And play a technique. So let's exhaust the ship here to generate resource so we can play our weapons master. So this one gives us the retaliate 1. And then let's see, she's going to add 2 to here. It's going to go up to 4. No, it's going to go up to 5. So I'm not going to worry about the threat at all. And we need to play lethal intent, I think. We play it. Then I play this to draw 2. And then we got to use it for the Milano. Unless I don't do a thing with the Milano. That's fine. Let's go ahead and just play lethal intent. So this would be a resource here. So we can play lethal intent. Hero action, choose up to X techniques. X is 1 because we use 1 resource for this. Resolve special, we're going to resolve this one. Use 4 damage to enemy, so we hit the villain Nebula for 4. Reduce the amount of damage she takes from each attack by 1, so it's only going to be 3. So we went from 9 down to 6. And this goes away. Yeah, that damage reduction is not going to be good for us. And then I think I swing here. So we're going to swing for... do I want to just play this down? No, it doesn't matter. So we're going to swing for 3 with the Power Stone. It only does 2 because of this thing. So it drops from 6 down to 4. And she won't retaliate or anything on us. Then we're going to flip down here to alter. And then let's use a resource here so we can play Unyielding Persistence. It is the first technique upgrade we're playing, so we can draw 2 cards here. And this one says, give Nebula a tough stats card. In hero form, we get +1 Thor, +1 attack, and Stalwart. Alright, that is going to end our turn, I think. We could... Actually, let's use this first player action here. Exhaust Milano. Spend up to 2 resources. Let's do 1 resource here. Did we save X? How much cards do we have left in our deck? Yeah, we draw 5. We don't deck out. Yeah, let's use 1 resource here. So we can remove 1 evasion counter because we spent 1 resource. Alright, and then that's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up here. We're going to try to hold on. Nebula's turn, she adds an evasion counter. There's only 1 counter, so only adding 1 threat to the main. Goes up to 3. She's going to scheme, but she's confused. In counter phase, please no technique. Okay, we didn't get a technique finally, which is great. This minion here has quick strike. So we're in Alter Ego, the quick strike won't go off because it can only attack heroes with quick strike. After this minion attacks and damages you, remove the top card of your deck for the game. We don't have to do that. So it's back. Oh, I forgot to draw back to our hand size. So before the villain phase began, we should have drawn back to 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now it's going to be our turn. Okay. So we definitely want to do the combat ready here. Let's play... How much draw do we have? Not that much. We're going to play combat ready. Alter your action, choose 1. We're going to choose the one to shuffle up to 2 technique upgrades from your discard pile into your deck. So let's get the attacking one. Wait, do we have the attack? Oh, wait, the attacking one is still here. Okay, we have 1 more attacking one, though, I think. Remove the different scheme. Gonna get, yeah, the Weapons Master as 1 of the technique upgrades we put back in our deck. And we get 1 more. Should we get the Wide Stance to look at her in counter deck? So we're going to deck out here. I don't think we need to worry about a threat right now. So we get 2 technique upgrades back into the deck here. I would love to get the Lethal Intent, though. There's no way for us to get it, I think. Do we just do the Thwart moving one? We could also do the Confuse one. Let's see. No, we have a Confuse and Think Fast and Professor X. Let's get the Wide Stance, I guess. So we're gonna get these 2 technique upgrades, and this one we can it's special to look at top 3 cards in your counter deck, and then discard 1, put the rest back in your. So we shuffle up our deck of 3 here, because we can shuffle 2 technique upgrades from discard pile into our deck. Okay, that will resolve the combat ready, and then I think we got a popper here, so I think we play another combat ready. We got her stunned. Yeah, let's play combat ready. So we can choose one. This time we're going to choose the other one. It says discard cards on top of your deck until you discard a technique upgrade. Put the upgrade into play and then resolve a special. So we're going to discard here. Oh man, we got this one. I didn't want this one. I wanted the attack one. So Wide Stance says, look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. It's a special. We can resolve it now with combat ready. So top 3 cards in the encounter deck. And then discard 1, put the rest back in any order. Ooh, techniques. Okay, there's 2 techniques here. So we get this as an encounter card, and then we get a technique which is going to surge no matter what we do. So let's get rid of the evasive maneuvering, I guess. Darn, this is not good. Uh, the quick strike means I want to stay in Ultra. We can't just have X confuser, but then we get this, which is going to surge. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's. Oh, wait. What do we make this surge into? No, it won't surge into Parallax no matter what we do. Yeah, okay. So we're going to discard this one with the Stalwart because we're using so much stats on her right now. And we're going to put these two cards back on top of the deck. All right. So that resolves our white stance. Okay. Discard one, put the rest back in the order. Yeah, only one. Darn. Okay. I want a flipper here. Let's go ahead and Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. Come on. I wanted the technique. So we did not get the attack technique. It's still in our deck, unfortunately. So we don't get to draw two here. I think I'm going to confuse Nebula and try to stay down and try to just garner up some damage. We still have... That means I just stayed ready here because of the Pyroblast having Quick Strike. I don't want to deal with that right now. So I think we play a trap and then play Professor X to confuse Nebula and clear off the main scheme and hopefully doesn't flip. So this would be a resource here. Actually, do we save a... No, we don't need any of this. Resource here so we can play Lay the Trap. So this is a player stats can come in with 3 threat. When defeated, the player who defeats the scheme deals 5 damage to the villain. And then it's not an attack, so we'll bypass this stuff. And then we're going to exhaust the ship to generate a resource. This would be 2 more resources so we can play Professor X. When we just play choose one, we'll pick the one to confuse the villain. And then X will Thor for 3 from the main to clear that off. He'll take a consequential damage. And we're just going to exhaust to recover by 3. I don't think we're ready for our techniques right here. So that brings from 7 up to full hit points of 9. All right. We're going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. And we're going to drop back up to 6, which decks us out. We've got their technique here. We get a face down counter card. We'll shuffle up our discard pile back into the deck. And we can get those lethal intents. And we may be able to do something this turn. And we know the encounter card is another Pirate Lackey here. But her other technique is going to surge, which is going to be really bad. And I don't know what that is. I don't know how many more technique the villain has. So drawing back up to 6 here. Looking for lethal intents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, Gamora ally is good, but no lethal intent here. Okay. So it is villain's turn. She adds an evasion counter. 2 threat to the main because of the 2 evasion counters. Then she's gonna scheme. She's confused, so nothing will trigger because she never activated. Then the Pirate Lackey's gonna scheme for 1. This goes up to 3 threat. Then we get a face down counter card, and then we have 2 here. First one's a Pirate Lackey with Quick Strike again. We're in Ultra, so Quick Strike doesn't go through. And then our Austin counter card is another technique attachment, which reduces the amount of damage she takes from each attack by 1 now. So each damage is reduced by 2. Especially this card ran from her hand. That's going to surge because of her effect. The first technique will surge. Oh no, she got lethal intent. A side scheme here. 2 threat. When review discard cards on top of counter deck until a technique attachment is discarded, review that card. So luckily this one won't surge anymore because it's not the first technique upgrade anymore. But still not good. And is this going to fizzle? Did we get all the techniques in the deck already? No, we got this one right here. She has retaliate 1. The special take 1 damage. All right, well, I think we're going through most of these techniques here. All right, that's going to end her turns back to our turn. If Professor X is in play at the end of the round, he gets discarded. All right. All right, what do we do? We have Nebula stunned, but the problem is she reduces the damage from each attack by 2 and has to retaliate. Yeah, so all of our attacks do like no damage here. We need so many small pings. I don't think I can stay in Ultra anymore. We could shuffle the 2 technique upgrades. Do we? Yeah, I don't know. Let's Avengers Mansion first so we can draw a card. And then we're not going to use the Red Realm because we're at full health and we don't have a meditation. We might get one. Let's exhaust Nebula's ship to generate wild. So we can play another technique attachment here, Weapons Master. While in hero form, Nebula gains retaliate 1. The special is to do 4 damage to enemy. And then with our alter ego response, since we played our first technique upgrade this round, we can draw 2 cards. Oh, we got a lethal intent. And we got Gamora. If she didn't reduce all the damage, we could potentially kill her. Let me see. How much does she have? Stage 3, she has 20 hit points. All right, how much can we do? If we do 10 twice, instead of doing 4, I'll do 2 because of that thing, the white stand. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Gamora's 5, 6. We attack 7. Yeah, it does no damage. We need the villain to activate so we can discard those white stances here, actually. What is the play here? If I flip over thing, she's stunned. So she still won't, we can't get rid of any of those attachments unless she activates. So this actually ended up being kind of bad. Maybe just take out the pirate lackeys here and we just try control a little bit longer. I think that might be the better play. All right. So we lethal intent here in hero form. I want to get Gamora back down. Did we do this for her? So lethal intent, we can do 4 damage twice, knock out the lackeys. We play Gamora. We can trigger the 1 to look at the top 3 cards in the encounter deck. And then we Thor for 3 from the main. And then trigger the Milano here, which can only remove 1. Okay. I think in that case, we lethal intent once. We get an ally out in Gamora. Take out the lackeys, then we can have an extra resource for the ship. All right, I think that's the play here. So we don't look at the encounter deck. I think it's fine. All right, let's use, we're going to flip over, I think, to hero form now. Do we combat right? No, we don't. Flip on over to hero form. We're going to use 1 resource here so we can play lethal intent, 1 cost, so we can choose up to 1 technique upgrade. Let's choose the Weapons Master. Do 4 damage to enemy. We'll knock out this pirate lackey here. Okay. And then that will resolve the lethal intent. Because if we do it to Nebula, she reduced it by 2, so it's not good for us. We want to get an ally out here. So let's use 3 resources here. So we can play Gamora, the ally. When you play her, choose a technique where you control and resolve the special. So we're going to choose the Weapons Master again, do 4 damage to enemy, knock out this pirate lackey. Gamora is going to thwart for 2, clear off lethal intent. She'll take a consequential damage. And then Nebula has +1 thwart with this. Actually, we have 4 thwart because we have +1 with here as well. So we're going to thwart for 4 from the main, clear that off. Then we trigger this first player action, exhaust Milano, spend up to 2 resources, 2 right here to remove the equal amount of evasion counters. So let's take 2 evasion counters off. All right, that's gonna end our turn. Let's ready back up. And we gotta get rid of the reducing damage stuff. Drawing back up to 5 here. Oh, and then she's gonna force us to trigger our specials actually. So we're gonna lose them. That's okay. All right, so Nebula's turn. She's gonna add an evasion counter. Then she's gonna get 1 threat on there. Right, okay. Right, yeah, because 1 evasion counter. She's gonna attack us. She's stunned. Then we get a face on counter card. Please, no technique. Okay. Power Siphon. Choose one. We pick the 1 to exhaust the Milano. Okay. So now, whenever our turn begins, it's a force response we must trigger, even though I don't want to. So we got to trigger all of our specials here. Okay, so one of them is to give Nebula a tough stats card. We'll take the Retaliate. No, I want to get her confused, so I do want a tough stats card. Okay. And then we're going to trigger... so this one we triggered already. Got the tough stats card. These both do 4 damage to enemy. Actually, let's just do this one first. Discard. Look at the top 3 cards in counter deck. Discard 1, put the rest back in any order. So let's go top 3 cards here. And let's see, we're gonna flip down here. So let's get the Pyrolaki as our encounter card. I should like all these encounter cards. Maybe we get this as an encounter card here. And then if we can keep her Stunner Confused locked, I think I want the Pyrolaki as next. So let's discard this and I'll put these 2 cards back on top. Yeah. I think, yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then that's the wide stance. This do 4 damage to enemy. She reduces each attack by 2. So this is 2 damage, this is another 2 damage, a total of 4. So that'll bring her down to 0 because she has 4 life left. And then she's gonna retaliate twice. So we lose our tough, and then we take another damage. That'll bring us from 9 down to 8. And then we're gonna flip Nebula over to her third and final stage here. Okay, so she just has 20 hit points. She has no 1 reviewed or anything. And then that is gonna end, or it's back to our turn, but we're just showing our 4 spells when our turn begins. Okay, yeah, so it's back to our turn. Let's mansion here so we can draw a card. Okay, now we're getting the meditations. I think I just think fast here. Take a damage. Okay, we'll use a resource here to play think fast. Play only if you or Jenny has a garden trait, which we do have. Take a damage. We drop from 8 down to 7. And then confuse a villain. So we confuse a villain Nebula here. Alright. We attack. We do 1 damage because our thing reduces it. We could just clear off Lay the Trap here. Do a 5 damage to her. Flip down, play under surveillance. Keep Gamora up. Save these cards in her hand, I think. Or we save the doubles in her hand. Use the ship and meditation to play it under surveillance. And then we can just throw out Lay the Trap. Yeah, okay, so we're going to exhaust the ship. This would be another resource, so we can play it under surveillance attached to the main scheme. This will increase the target by the main scheme by 4. So instead of flipping at 6, it's going to flip at 10 now to give us some breathing room. And then we are going to thwart for 3 because we have the Power Stone and clear off Lay the Trap. So Lay the Trap says, the player who defeats the scheme deals 5 damage to the villain, and this is not an attack, so the white stance only reduces the amount of damage from each attack by 1. So since it's not an attack, she will take the full 5 damage, dropping her from 20 down to 15. And then this will go into victory display. We don't take retaliate because it's not an attack. So that gets removed from the game. Then we're going to flip down into Altar, and Gamora's not going to do anything. That's going to end the turn. Let's write it back up. We know what the encounter card is, so we can survive this next turn. Keep the doubles here, drawing back up to 6. I don't know how we can do enough damage here. She just has 15 life. We just got to get down 15 life, but yeah, that's tough because we're keeping her stun locked or confused locked, so she's not activating. But the only way to get rid of these attachments is if she activates. Alright, so it is villain's turn. We add an evasion counter. We add 2 threats here because the 2 evasion counters goes up to 3. Get a face down encounter card, which is going to be this side scheme. Each enemy gets +1 attack, coming in with 2 threat. And it's back to our turn. Or I forgot, she scheme, but she's confused, so the scheme doesn't go off, so nothing happens here. And it's back to our turn. Alright. Let's Avengers Mansion. Get a card draw. We got Dazzler. We don't have the damage though for anything. I mean, let me see. If I play Dazzler, Confuser, and then we just try slowly build here, I wonder if that will work. We might just have to do that. Okay, so we're going to exhaust the ship because we're getting Pyrolaki as an encounter card. So we're going to exhaust the ship to generate 1 resource. So we can play which technique upgrade we want to play. Let's play the. I don't want any of these. Let's play the wide stance. Okay, and then with the start night upgrades, it's the first thing upgrade, so we can draw 2 cards. Okay. Oh, we got combat ready, so I want to shuffle our attack stuff. Are they both gone? Weapons master, yeah, both the attack ones are gone, so we can combat ready that. Okay, let's use 4 resources here, so we can play Dazzler. When she enters play confuse enemy, we're going to confuse the villain Nebula. Just keeping her confused locked here. Dazzler will thwart for 2, clear this off. She'll take a consequential damage. Gamora will thwart for 2 from the main, drop this down to 1. She'll take a consequential damage. So we're actually controlling her because of the confuses. And then we're going to exhaust recover by 3. That'll bring us back to a full life of 9. And then we gotta use a Milano's first player action here. I want to combat ready though. And I want to play float like a butterfly because that will increase our damage. We can't do the float like a butterfly here. I just don't think we can afford it. We need some Milano to get rid of the ship's counters. Okay, let's play combat ready, alter ego action. Choose one. Shuffle up to 2 technique elements from your discard pile into your deck. So we're gonna get both of our white stance or our weapons master. Shuffle these 2 guys back into our deck. Man, 15 life, but if Gamora attacks her, it does 0 damage. Same with Dazzler because she's reducing all damage by 2. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so we did that. And then, do I play float here and let the main scheme go up? I think I do. I think we're gonna. No, let me see. What's the deck looking like? No, because if I can't draw the cards that I need, which are really gonna be. Wait, okay. We draw 5. Mention draws 1. We're gonna play technique attachment where we draw 2 more, and there's a really high chance that we get what we need. Okay, let's just go for it. So we're going to, which one do we want to save? Let's use these 2 resources here so we can play float like a butterfly. Actually, we can save one with them. No, it's okay. 2 resources so we can play float like a butterfly. So this is a 2-cost upgrade. Whenever a character you control attacks a confused enemy, increase the amount of damage that attack deals by 1. So that will help us mitigate some of her white stances, which reduces our damage by 1. And then we're not going to do anything. Actually, we could just, we might as well. We're using Milan first player action here. Exhaust it. Spend 1 resource. Remove 1 evasion counter. All right. Ending our turn, let's ready back up. Staying in Ultra, we know we got the Pyrolaki as an encounter card, so we can cruise by another turn. Drawing back up to 6 here. We need a technique. Okay, we got Nick, so he'll draw us a technique for sure. All right. So Villain Nebula's turn, we're going to add 1 evasion counter. Let's go into the end game here. We're at 2 threat here because of 2 evasion counters. Goes up to 3. She's going to scheme. She's confused. Nothing happens. We get an encounter card. The Pyrolaki with Quick Strike, but we're an Alter Ego. Quick Strike will not go through. All right, it's back to our turn. Let's Avengers Mansion here. Draw a card. Oh, Nick can also do 4 damage. No, we need the draw because we didn't get our technique stuff, unfortunately. But the 4 damage from Nick would have been huge. Oh, man. Okay. 4 resources. So let's use... If we meditate for Nick, is it cheaper to Ready to Rumble? Because if we play meditate, we this would be 1, 2, 3, 4 Ready to Rumble because that requires a resource, and then we could just pay 4 for Nick up front. So there's no point doing that. I think. Yeah. All right. Let's use 4 resources here. Right. Yeah. So we could play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one. We play the one to draw 3, and we need a technique. Okay, we got a technique here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Let's see. What are we doing here? So we're going to... She has retaliate. I remember the retaliate to take all those pings. We don't have 1 weapons master. Okay, but we just play it. So let's exhaust the ship to generate resource to play weapons master. That is the first technique we're playing, so we can draw 2 cards here. 1, 2. Oh man, the last weapons master is the final card of our deck. Oh man, I think I really needed that to do what we wanted to do. Because now the lethal intent is just way less damage now. Oh man, I think we had it. We might have been a win here. Okay, that's not good. So, what are we doing here? I think we just flip over. Nothing else to do in Alter Ego. Alright, let's flip over to hero form. Alright, are we just going for Nebula? Or do we control and take out the Pyrolaki here? Nebula's going to activate on us. I could stun her. But do we want to get rid of the wide stance is a thing. Darn. Okay, let's see. I think I still Milano to do that. We can upside the head after we attack Nebula to confuse her. That will increase all the damage she takes by 1. But then, and then we lethal intent. Okay, so we have to ignore the ship here. We got lethal intent. Look at top 3 cards. Oh, okay, we look at the top 3 cards in the encounter deck. So let's do that because we're gonna deck out. So we need to know what's coming up. So 2 resources here, so we can play our lethal and wait. No. We have to do damage first. We gotta get confused off. So we're gonna have Nebula. This guy does not have guard, so we're gonna attack with 3 attack with the Power Stone here at the villain Nebula. So 3 attack. This is a response, so we do it after. Okay, so 3 attack on the villain. Reduce it by 2, so she takes 1 damage. Brings her from vision down to 14. She attacks it for 1. We drop down to 8. And then we're going to trigger a force or a response here. So 1 resource. Actually, let's use one upside the head. So we can play. That's fine. To play the other upside the head. So after your hero makes a base attack and damage an enemy, confuse that enemy. So we just attacked and damaged Nebula, so we can confuse her now. All right. Then we're going to use 2 resources here to play our lethal intent. So choose up to X technique upgrade you control. We're going to choose these 2 here. Resolve each of your special in any order. So let's do the wide stance. Look at the top 3 cards in contact. This card 1, put the rest back in any order. Oh man, all 3 terrible cards here. So we give her a boost here. I mean, I think we take the freaking rogue vessel here, which will surge, but we don't want the stalwart one. So let's discard her technique attachment. This would be the boost. No, this would be her encounter card. This will be the boost card here. We get another encounter card, and then this will surge. Yeah, we're in it for the end game here. We just have to go for it. All right, so we did that. I think I took the retaliate. Yeah, I took the retaliate already. So this will be an encounter card. Yeah. Oh, that is not good. All right, that will resolve the lethal intent. So we don't got bad stuff coming right now. And she's gonna deck out. Hopefully, she does not get technique attachment from decking out. Okay, so we got her confused. Oh, and then we triggered lethal intent. So the other one, because we use 2 resources for it, so we trigger both of our technique upgrades. The other one says deal 4 damage to enemy. So with our feel like a butterfly, it's going to do additional damage because she's confused because this is an attack. It's going to do 5 damage to her. She reduced it by 2, so she takes 3. That'll bring from 14 down to 11. We're getting so close. Nick Fury is going to swing for 2 at Nebula. It does 3 because of the weapon, because of the flow like a butterfly, because she's confused. So when any character attacks her, so 3 damage. She reduces it by 2. She takes 1. And then Nick will take a retaliate and a consequential damage. Man, we just can't do damage here. Okay, so now I can either Milano or lethal intent again. I think we just lethal intent again. So we're going to use a Milano to generate a resource. Second resource here to play another lethal intent. Choose up to 2 technique upgrades because we use 2 resources here. We're going to do both of them again. So look at top 3 cards in the counter deck. Got Master Plan. We can discard 1, put the rest back in any order. If we get a side scheme that gets lethal intent, that kills us. Man, these cards are so bad. I guess we're gonna get. We don't have a side scheme in play. I wish I had another side scheme in play. Well, I mean, this is not. I mean, Master Plan might just get the lethal intent, but it's not. I guess the lethal intent's worse, right? So we get the Rogue Vessel's encounter card. Or do we just take the Master Plan's encounter card? She's gonna get technique attachment if we do that. I think we have no choice. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to put these 2 cards back on this order. So we get the Master Plan as our encounter card. The Rogue Vessel would be the other card, the boost card. Surge. Okay, so and then Lethal Intent will also trigger the Weapons Master. It's going to do 4 plus 1 for like butterfly, so 5. She reduces by 2. She takes 3 damage, bringing us from 10 down to 7. Retaliates, we drop down 7 here. Okay, we just got to survive here. We're going to take out the Pirate Lackey. I think. Or do we have Dazzling Gamora just swing? It would do 2 more damage to Nebula. No, I mean, we're in it here. We're going to try to go for the kill next turn. Dazzler swings for 2 at Nebula. It's going to do additional damage, so it does 3. She reduces it by 2. She takes 1, drops down to 6. Dazzle takes a retaliate consequential damage. Gets knocked out. No, okay, just kidding. We're not going to have Dazzle. We're going to have Gamora attack. So Gamora will do the 3 damage. She takes retaliate consequential damage, gets knocked out. Or the 1 damage, I mean. So she drops down to 6. So Dazzle's still alive here. I think we better just Thor, and we could save Dazzle as a blocker. So Thor for 2 from the main. Drop it down to 1. Dazzle takes a consequential damage. That's going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. Oh man, this is not good. We're going to draw back up to 5. Get our last technique. We deck out, get a face line. I think if we drew this, we would have had to kill this turn because we could have triggered it with the lethal intents. Yeah, that would have definitely gave us a kill. Darn. Okay, we're going to shuffle up here. It's going to be so close. I don't know if the villain can kill us. Okay, so we're drawing back up to hands as a 5. Lethal intent would be really good. Okay, we got lethal intent. If we survive, I think... No, we got discard card from her hand, so it doesn't matter. We may still lose no matter what. All right, Nebula's turn. She adds an evasion counter. This goes up to 3. She's going to add 3 threats to her main now because of 3 evasion counters. Okay, she's going to attack us. So she finally got an activation through. We will have Nick Fury defend, but the Force Interrupt is there to trigger all of her specials here. So we take a damage, draw down a 6 from 7. Discard 1 random card from her hand twice, and it plays 2 threat on the main scheme because of the 2 cutthroat ambition. So 2 threat goes on the main scheme. Do that first, and we got to discard 2 cards I ran from her hand. So we only have the win, I think, if we have both the Weapons Master and the Lethal Intent. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, so 2 cards going out from her hand. 1, 2. Oh man, okay, we lost this, so Lethal Intent is now useless. All right, so she's attacking now. She gets dealt her boost card, and she immediately... Oh wait, no, we have to choose one of these to discard first. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and discard the Wide Stance here. Well, no, you may then remove the top card of your deck from the game and then choose to discard one of them because Stage 3 is different. So we can remove the top card of our deck from the game. I like that. And we can discard one of the technique attachments. Then she gets dealt her boost card. She decks out. Permanent Celebration Token goes on the main scheme. We'll shuffle up, discard pop out to the deck, and we know it's the Rogue Vessel here. All right, we're going to get a Master Plan and another encounter card. And she'll probably get a technique attachment, I think, with that other thing. Because she only has 3 side schemes, I think. And 2 of them get a technique, which will surge. Alright. See what happens. So the boost here is going to be 2 plus her 3 attack, 5 attack. Knocks out Nick. So Nick is gone. Let me see. Am I missing anything? Okay, so Nick is gone. Then the Pirate Lackey hits us for 2. We're going to take it. We drop from 6 down to 4. After he attacks and damages, remove the top card deck from the game. We lose counterintelligence. Then we get dealt a face down encounter card. Encounter phase. Then we review all of our encounter cards. Okay. First one's Master Plan. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. There are no side schemes, so we mill from the encounter deck until we get a side scheme and then reveal it. So hopefully it's the one that gives each enemy +1 attack here. We got Cannonade. Okay, that's fine. I forgot we had modular sets in here. Right, one of the required modules is Ship Command. Okay, so Cannonade comes in. That's fine. With an Amplify, hinder 3 +1, so 4 threat. Okay, that will resolve that. If we don't get a technique, oh no, we got Exhaustion. And that will surge. Please don't be a technique. Shadow of the Past. That will surge as well. So Shadow of the Past says, review your set aside items when you put it into play. Review your set aside items side scheme. They're not set aside anymore, so we cannot put them into play. So if they don't enter play, we discard gain surge. We've got the Gamora ally. Okay, that's fine. So she doesn't do anything immediately. Yeah. Okay. She don't quick strike or anything. Okay, it's back to our turn. When your turn begins, trigger all your specials here. So Weapons Master is going to do 4 damage to enemy. It does 5 because it's an attack because she has the Confuse. And then she reduces it by 1. So it does 4 damage to her, right? Yeah, 4. Increase it by 1, float like a butterfly. Decrease it by 1, only 1 Wide Stance. So 4 damage. Yeah, that will bring her from 6 down to 2. We're going to take a retaliate because it's attack. We drop 4 down to 3. Okay? And then this one, look at the top 3 cards in contact. Discard 1, put the rest back in any order. So 1, 2, 3. Discard the technique. Under Fire as a boost. Caught Off Guard as an encounter card. But I think we actually got it here, even though we're exhausted. Okay, it's back to our turn. Okay, we're at Mansion. Let's draw a card. It doesn't matter because Dazzler, I'm glad we kept Dazzler alive. Does she do enough damage? So, see, float like a butterfly. When a character you control attacks a confused enemy, increase the amount of damage that attack deals to the enemy by 1. So that was an attack with our Weapons Master, so that's why we can negate that thing. Dazzler is just going to swing at Nebula because both of these guys don't have guard. So we're going to bypass Gamora and Parallachi. Attack the Nebula here. She's confused, so float like a butterfly will increase Dazzler damage by 1. She's going to do 3 damage. Nebula has her wide stance, which reduces the amount of damage she takes from each attack by 1. So it only does 2, but she has 2 life. So that will bring her from 2 down to 0. And I think we played everything correct here. We have no more damage, so that had to have been it. And I think we just defeated Nebula here on Expert with Hero Nebula. And that was a super duper tough game there. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I retaliate 1, which won't trigger until after Dazzler gets attacked through. Reduce the amount of damage she takes by 1, and she cannot take more than 5 damage from a single attack. We've never done more than 5 damage with a single attack. We've only done 5. Yeah, I think we got it there. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. That was Nebula versus Nebula. Super duper thematic, maybe, matchup if we're thinking about the MCU there, whenever a good Nebula fought bad Nebula. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I will see you guys in the next video.